This is Mr. Beck Does Your Homework, AP Physics, Homework 7.1, questions 9 and 10. In a machine shop, a hydraulic lift is used to raise heavy equipment for repairs. The system has a small piston with a cross-sectional area of 0.066 meters squared and a large piston with a cross-sectional area of 0.23 meters squared. An engine weighing 3,000 newtons rests on the large piston. So I've got the large piston, I've got the small piston, I've got my force here that I'm going to be looking for. I've got my force here that I know is 3,000 newtons. So I'll call that force 1. I know that my area here is 0.23 meters squared. So this is my big area, so I'll call that area 1. This is my force 2 that I'm looking for, the small piston, the force. And here my area 2 is 0.066 meters squared. So I know that the pressure here is going to equal the pressure here. So force over area, force 1 over area 1, is going to be force 2 over area 2, because the pressure here, force per area, is going to equal the pressure here, force per area. So this is going to be 3,000 divided by 0.23 is going to equal this force 2 that I'm going to be looking for divided by 0.066. So I've got my small force, small area, big force, big area. And when I do that, I can solve for my F2. Now, if the engine rises 0.236 meters, how far does the smaller piston move? This is going to tell me that the work on one side is going to equal the work on the other. The work in is going to equal the work out. So the work that I get out of this thing is going to be this force of 3,000 newtons times this distance. So work is going to be force 2 times distance 2, and distance 2 is going to be how much this one rises. It's going to equal the force on the first one times the distance the first one goes. So the force 2 is 3,000 newtons. The distance 2 is how far this one rises. They tell me it's 0.236 meters. That's going to equal the force 1. Oh, I switched 1 and 2. Well, don't worry about it. See, this is 1 and 1 and 3,000, and this one's 1 and 2. So that's going to be this force over here, which now is called force 1. Whoops. But you can handle that. Is going to be that force that I just figured out times the distance that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for this distance, and you can solve for this because you know the other three.